How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do the review of the Miyoo Mini V2. Update on the Steam Deck videos. If any of you are here for Steam Deck and are wondering what I'm doing, I actually haven't played my Steam Deck in around 2 weeks now. And that's not because I'm going off it or not enjoying it, it's just because, I don't know, I've just been really busy with work and I get back on a night and I just want to chill out and maybe read some manga or, you know, watch some TV or watch some YouTube. So I haven't really been gaming that much, except on the little Miyoo Mini, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, as far as like AAA titles goes and like indie games go, I'd obviously want to play them on the Steam Deck. I just haven't really been playing many games as of recent, so that's why I'm not doing any videos, because I don't want to force myself to do something that like I'm not 100% in. So if I was playing loads of games on the Steam Deck, I'd be making videos on them on a night time, but like I say, I want to be honest with you guys, and I just really haven't been playing the Steam Deck in the last couple of weeks. So that's why I've not really done any Steam Deck videos, if you wondered where any videos were. Hopefully I'll get back into it soon. You'll find out if I do some videos on the Steam Deck soon. I'm hoping that they're going to release some more updates on the Steam Deck. It's kind of been quiet on the update side, just bug fixes, no like major features being released. So fingers crossed in the near future we'll get some cool like colour, temperature and vibrancy update, and then I'll do a video on that and then we'll go from there. So yeah. In other news, let's talk about the Miyoo Mini V2, which is why you're watching today's video. So, the Miyoo Mini V2 is, on paper, just another handheld emulating device, and I get that. They're all very similar, but as soon as you have this in hand and you see the size of it, it'll become one of your, like, most played, I guarantee it. This thing is an absolute little beast of a device. It can play up to PS1 and some Nintendo 64. I'll show gameplay in the top left corner as I'm talking about it, like I did in the last Ambernick video. But this isn't scripted either. This is just off the top of my head. I've been playing the device. I'm just giving honest thoughts and opinions on it. I did get this sent to me by Banggood, so I much appreciate it. Banggood, thank you for sending me this device. My affiliate link will be in the description if you want to buy it on my affiliate link. If not, then I can leave another link which is not affiliated with me and my channel, so you can just purchase it on there, or you can just find it on another website and purchase it through there. It's really up to you guys, but Banggood sent me this device and I much appreciate it. So with that in mind, like I say, this is my own opinion. I'm not going to be biased towards how good it is because Banggood sent me it. It's going to be my opinion, so here we go. Yeah. The main thing you'll find out when you finally get this in hand, if you're ever interested in buying or purchase it, is the size of it. I keep doing this because it's just so light. So it literally fits in the palm of my hand. My hand is like average size. What I will say is, although it fits in the palm of your hand and it's portable, gaming sessions for a long time on this can be a little cramped. It's quite small, as you can see, but the benefits outweigh that just in the fact that it's so much more portable. Along with the amazing little case that comes with it. It's a little hard case with a nice little felt lining. Stick that in there. You can literally put that in your jacket pocket. That'll probably fit in some deep pockets if you wear some big trousers, so no worries about that. Slip the device out and you can start gaming. The only problem I had with it was it didn't come with an SD card, so just keep that in mind. You might want to purchase one separately. And the only other thing with that is you have to manually install the firmware. So whereas if the SD card came with the device, the firmware would already be installed and they'd probably even install games. So if you don't want the hassle, then it's kind of, I'm not sure if it's just Banggood that are shipping out the SD cards, or maybe I just got one without an SD card, I'm not really sure, but I have a few laying about, so I installed it. I actually updated the firmware as well. I put Onion OS on it, which is kind of like a real sleek, streamlined version of the main OS, and it gives better performance in some of the harder to run titles on the system, so it's kind of like a no-brainer. The dude who made it is obviously really passionate about this kind of stuff, and yeah, it's a real slick looking interface. I really like it. It's not too complex, it's pretty basic, but it is also like really nice to look at. There's a few different themes you can choose from as well. I've currently got the purple theme running. I really do like the colour scheme. The purple goes really nicely with the backgrounds, but yeah. The actual device itself, we'll talk about the ergonomics of it. As I mentioned previous, A little bit uncomfortable to hold for long periods of time. I find myself just like holding it one-handed at points and playing like that, or kind of like spreading my hands out so they're not cramped around the device. They're like spread. Or you could probably like interlock fingers, but it is kind of too small for that. I'd normally do that for a Game Boy Color, but it's kind of too small. Game Boy Color here, for an example, when I'd play this, I'd just hold it like this, and maybe just hold my fingers up here, or maybe wrap them behind the back. But as you can see, this one is a lot smaller, so keep that in mind. I'll do Switch comparison as well. So that's a Switch, and there's the Miyoo Mini. Pretty mad, this is how big handhelds are getting these days. And here's a Steam Deck comparison, if you even wanted to see what a Steam Deck could look compared to this. Absolutely dwarfs the thing. Yeah, so there you go. Oh, Steam Deck's just crying at me because I haven't played it in a while. I promise I'll play you soon, Steam Deck. Right, so ergonomics, really nice. It's got trigger buttons on the back. They're buttons, not actual triggers, but I mean, the fact that it has an R2 and R1 button on the back, an L1, L2 button, is just an added little bonus, you know, for them PS1 games that require them. And yeah, just nice little added bonus if you want to equip like a hot. So I've got a few hot triggers which can enable fast forward mode in some emulators, like the Game Boy Advance. I talked about this in the Ambonic video, where this has a function button on the bottom that you can use. This one has like a menu button you can use, and you can also assign like hotkeys through RetroArch, and then that you can link them to save state, load state, fast forward and rewind, and some really cool RetroArch features that you won't be able to do if you're playing a game natively. So yeah, as far as comfort goes, like I say, comfortable to hold. The buttons, really nice bit of travel on them. I can't tell if there's more travel on the Ambonic one. So with the Miyoo, I think they're around the same amount of travel, but yeah, it hasn't been a pain in the arse to spam these buttons. So yeah, and the D-pad is surprisingly really nice for the price. In Great British pounds, I think this is around £40, which is an absolute bargain. I'd easily pick this one up for £40, especially with the amount of games it can play and just how crisp the screen is, but we'll get to that in a second. So ergonomics, really nice. Long sessions, you may be cramping a little bit. Just give your hands a little bit of a stretch, you should be okay. But as far as gameplay goes, as you can see through the videos I've been playing throughout it plays games really well. It's got a powerful little chipset in it. It's nothing special. You're going to play up to Nintendo 64 without any hiccups. Some SNES games or SNES are a little bit troublesome. I know Yoshi's Island is like kind of like the go-to to check, and with Onion OS that one runs really well. So if you're in doubt or not really sure, or you have the device and it's not running well, I'd recommend Onion OS. It's easy to install. It's like a drag and drop, and then an install happens automatically. But I do have a video, I'll link it in the description, that helped me install it. But it is really recommended because it does bring the performance up in some of the titles like SNES and some Nintendo 64 stuff. Nintendo 64 stuff's not really my bag. I'm more of like a Game Boy Advance gamer when it comes to these retro handhelds. Maybe a couple of fighting games in the arcades, like the Final Neo Geo, or Final Burn Alpha, or like the MAME arcade. So yeah, as far as Nintendo 64 stuff, not something I'd really play on it that much. But as far as like handheld consoles go, so you've got the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, original Game Boy, perfect. Absolutely phenomenal performance, flawless for me. I've been playing Fire Red, got quite far on it as well. As you can see from the gameplay, it's probably like early stages, but I've filmed this throughout the week. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Fire Red. I've got the fast forward feature set up so I can just speed through and level up my Pokemon really quickly. And yeah, I really want to play Pokemon Yellow as well, which leads me to the next point of the screen. Is really crisp, and with Onion OS, it kind of sets up the aspect ratios perfectly for the emulation devices that you're using, so you don't have to mess about with going into RetroArch and changing the aspect ratio. Onion OS will do that for you with the emulators you decide to set up. So yeah, it should all be accurate to the aspect ratio of the original device. So as you can see, the Game Boy Color is the square format, and the Game Boy Advance has the more letterbox look format. And you don't have to mess about, and it isn't stretched like I showed you in the unboxing video. the image of the Game Boy Color was stretched, and I say I wasn't that bothered at the time, but you kind of do want to play it as accurate as possible, you know. It will look sharper as well because you're not having to stretch it, and it won't look weirdly stretched either. So yeah, gameplay being really good for me. A couple of devices aren't massively supported. Onion OS, I don't think it supports Final or Neo Geo that well. Haven't really been able to play many Neo Geo games, but apart from that, I've had no issues running anything that I want to play. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to play everything that you might want to play, so you may want to double check and look around. But like I say, I haven't had many problems with running games, and for the price tag, it's an absolute bargain, I'd say. As far as light bleed goes, you know, I'm a bit sensitive to it. There was a tiny bit on my unit at the bottom of the screen, but because the screen's so small, it didn't really bother me that much. And because it's such a cheap device, I kind of expected it. And the screen is really sharp, and it does look really nice anyway, so when you're playing games, I kind of just forget about it, to be honest. The device charges with USB-C, which is awesome, you know, so that's future-proofing for charging. The sound has a little scroll wheel, which is really nice. It feels tactile, and it has, yeah, I just like little scroll wheels, you know. It's kind of retro nowadays anyway. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about, guys. It's a very simple emulation device. It doesn't do more than you expect it to. It's great for portability. I could sling this in a backpack, and you know, you could just whip it out, play a couple games of Kirby Ball, which was what I was doing at work during lunchtime, and yeah, it's just really easy to whip out, open up, and with the Retro Arch autosaves, it'll just load you straight back into where you was. So really intuitive device, and just really fun. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Ambernic, but it's more of like a proper handheld device that I wouldn't really take around many places. It's a good handheld size, but it's still quite a big device. Whereas the Miyoo Mini has a different aspect ratio of screen, so games will look a little bit different on it. And yeah, it's just smaller in general, so you won't feel as awkward bringing it out. And if you just want to play a couple of games, yeah, it's really suited for it. So if that sounds like something that interests you, definitely have a look at it. I massively appreciate it if you use the affiliate link, or you just check out Banggood in general. They've been really good to me, so I just thought I'd return the favour and obviously give them the shout out on the channel. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer them as quick as possible. But yeah, Steam Deck videos will commence as soon as I get back on playing my Steam Deck, hopefully this weekend, so stay tuned.